Money mistakes to avoid as a student. Having difficulty handling your finances? Well, you've come to the right place. Most people learn to manage their money after they've made their fair share of blunders. I'll spare you the trouble though, so that you're prepared to handle an emergency or opportunity when it comes knocking on your door. Allow me to share with you some money mistakes that students should avoid making. Hello! In today's video, we will talk about the few money mistakes that all students should steer clear of. Often you would have realized that you are spending way too much money, and it gets hard to manage when you're on a limited budget. I know how it is because I've been there and I've done that. And speaking from experience, regret isn't exactly the best feeling. The urge to have fun and spend money on all kinds of stupid stuff is almost uncontrollable, but it's best to overcome your desires and save your money for another time. Either a person learns to manage their money after they've lost quite a bit of it, or they can just avoid making certain blunders that majority of people make in their student's life. These mistakes might end up costing you a lot of opportunities, but no need to worry. I'm here to save you from all that. I think you'd be surprised to find out just how much effect proper money management has on your life. Not only it prevents you from going broke, but it also trains you for handling your future finances. As you grow up, you might have to deal with larger amounts of money. Therefore, the best approach to prepare for that is to start when you're still a student so you can avoid losing any more money. Money management does not only have one benefit, but it also has many. And it's better to be sensible in this matter because let's be honest, you've got a lot to lose. What kinds of mistakes one should avoid? How can you avoid these mistakes? Well, stick around till the end and we will answer all these questions and more as we delve into this topic. Without further ado, let's begin. Before we dig deep into the video, I would like you guys to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you get notified when we upload a new video. There has always been a time as a student when we are out of money and have no idea what we're supposed to do, right? This all happens because we end up making some mistakes that lead us to being broke when we are in our student life. Let's accept the fact that most of us aren't exactly rich, so we need to think about the money we spend. Since these problems are literally present everywhere, let's discuss them one by one. Number 1. Lack of budgeting. One of the biggest mistakes that students end up making is not budgeting their expenses. According to different surveys conducted, it has been seen that about 58% of students never save, and on the other hand, another 43% aren't fond of tracking their expenses. I mean, it is pretty understandable that recording your expenses and everything could be troublesome, but this leads them to being short on cash during the end of the month. There is a solution for this problem. There are many applications for mobile that help you keep track of your entire spending, which help you to monitor all your expenses throughout the month, which can really help with this problem. Number 2. Impulsive buying. Oh, how is it to be young? Did you ever end up buying something randomly and then realized that you don't even need it? Trust me, we've all been there when we are students. This is one of the most common problems present among the youth and humans of all other ages. You would have heard that at times you go on retail therapy because you aren't feeling good, or at times you end up buying something that you don't even need just because it'll make you feel better. Well, it is completely okay, but at times it isn't really good for our wallet. The best way to deal with this issue is to differentiate between the needs and the wants. There are often some things that are just a want, but you don't really need them. I mean, even though we try hard, but we end up making these dumb decisions. In short, we need to try our best to be aware of this habit and try to stop ourselves before we end up buying something. Number 3. No savings. As I mentioned earlier, that according to numerous research, 53% of the students don't have the habit of saving. This obviously means they don't have any savings, or even if they do, it isn't really enough for anything. When you are a student living on your own, it is super important to have some emergency fund in your account. Considering you are living alone, there might come a time when you are in the need or money is really urgent. What option do you have then? Nothing, right? The fund acts as your safety cushion in a time of need. Not only that, but the savings will also help you have more financial freedom, because once you save enough, you will be able to buy something that you wanted from a very long time, or go out and treat yourself to a really good restaurant. Number 4. Lending money. Another mistake that all students should absolutely avoid at all costs is lending money to their friends when you can't even afford to do that. Having a good heart is another thing, but helping someone when you can't even manage to afford it yourself isn't the right thing to do. Often students end up lending their money to their friends for various reasons, and it leads to a weird dynamic in the friendship. Mainly because you can't even ask for money, because that sounds very awkward, and you keep thinking that the money they're using could have been used to give you your money back first. I have even noticed that some students are just so used to asking money from their friends without realizing the burden it puts on them. Because obviously we are all mostly on a student budget, and we all know how hard it is, right? This is by far the most common mistake that is made by students in their college life. But we learn and grow. That is how life is. Number 5. Credit card usage. Credit card is a big problem for every human because they don't realize when they need to stop swiping their card everywhere. Oh, you want something? Pull out that credit card and pay later. But the question that lies here is, how are you going to pay later when you won't have extra cash to pay for your card? A survey was conducted in the USA which showed that 25% of students that graduate from college have a $5,000 credit debt. This is another very common mistake made by the students, that in order to build their credit score, they end up overusing the card, which brings problems in the long run. We are aware of the fact that you can literally buy anything with a single swipe, but we shouldn't ignore all the responsibilities that come with using a credit card. Number 6. Subscriptions. Another money mistake that a lot of students make is having a bunch of random subscriptions that they are not even using. Most of the time, it's because they forgot that they have a particular subscription and they don't cancel it on time, which charges an amount that could have been used somewhere else. At times, it is also because of the free trials when we put our card to avail the free 2 weeks of some software and then end up forgetting to cancel it even after our work is done. The best way to deal with this particular problem is by reviewing every month where you spent your money and go make sure you aren't paying for any subscriptions that you stopped using a while ago. Number 7. Loans. Last but not least, you know, it's pretty common to take a student loan to finish your degree, right? But the thing that you don't notice while taking a loan is if the institution is charging you with huge interest rates. It is extremely necessary to review the whole interest rates before you finalize the company you're taking the loan from. The deals the institutions give out are super tempting, but there is always a bad side to it. Maybe you are missing something that is going to be a problem in the coming years. The companies obviously want you people to have a huge debt because that is how they earn, so make sure you don't make this money mistake. Other. This is a wrap on the video. Hope you liked it, and if you did, make sure to press the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe to our channel to learn about more important things, and turn on the notifications to remain updated on any future uploads. Until next time, adios.